Last week, the IMF, the actual International Monetary Fund, published a warning that AI is causing measurable damage to entry-level, white-collar jobs. The data they cited isn't speculation. Junior software roles down 28% year over year. Entry-level marketing positions down 34%. New paralegal hires down 41%. At the same time, ChatGPT just launched a feature that searches live job listings, tailors your resume per job, and submits applications for you. OpenAI's Codex hit 5 million weekly users for coding tasks that used to require junior developers. The headlines are screaming about a jobs apocalypse. The reality is more complicated and way more actionable. Today I'll tell you what's actually happening, who's most at risk, and the specific moves that put you on the right side of this. The IMF report isn't standalone. It connects to data we've been seeing for 9 months. Anthropic's own usage data showed that in early 2026, Claude-powered enterprises reported 32% reductions in headcount needed for routine analytical work. OpenAI's enterprise customers reported similar numbers for content production roles. The pattern is consistent across every report. The hit isn't even. It's concentrated at the bottom of the org chart. Senior roles are barely affected. Mid-level roles are growing slightly. But entry-level positions, the jobs that used to be the first step on the career ladder, are getting eliminated at a rate nobody is talking about openly. The IMF's word for this is concerning. They specifically warned that if entry-level roles disappear, the talent pipeline for senior roles in 10 to 15 years collapses with them. You can't have experienced workers without inexperienced workers getting their first job. This is the part the doom headlines miss. The story isn't AI versus people. It's AI versus people at one specific career stage. The roles being eliminated have 3 things in common. 1, the work is rules-based, following a process, applying a framework, filling in a template, anything where the path from input to output is reasonably predictable. 2, the work happens at a desk. Not customer-facing, not physical, not requiring on-site presence, pure digital execution. 3, the work doesn't require strong judgment about ambiguous situations. Junior accountants doing standard reconciliation. Junior lawyers doing standard contract review. Junior marketers writing standard copy. Junior developers writing standard CRUD apps. Notice the word standard in every one of those. Roles that are growing. Anything requiring physical presence, anything requiring trust with another human, anything requiring genuine creative judgment, and anything requiring deep technical specialization. Plumbers and electricians can't be automated. Nurse practitioners can't be automated. Senior strategists who make calls in ambiguity can't be automated. Niche specialists who are the only person who understands a specific domain can't be automated. The split isn't AI versus humans. It's specific tasks versus other specific tasks. 3 tools that just shipped in 2026 are responsible for most of the entry-level squeeze. ChatGPT's new job search and resume tools launched in May 2026. Let job seekers find live listings, tailor their resume per posting, and apply automatically. The unintended consequence? Recruiters are now drowning in AI-tailored applications. Companies that used to hire from inbound applications are now relying entirely on referrals and outbound recruiting. The application game has become spam versus spam. OpenAI Codex, now at 5 million weekly users and available through Amazon Bedrock as of June 2026, handles the kind of coding work that used to be assigned to junior engineers. Bug fixes, boilerplate features, tests, documentation. The work juniors used to do to earn their stripes is now $20 of API calls. Microsoft Copilot, with its June 2026 update adding deeper agent integration across Office, eliminates roughly 40% of the spreadsheet, slide, and document work that admin and analyst roles used to fill their days with. Each of these tools individually would be a story. Together, they redefine what entry entry-level work even is. If you're early in your career or trying to enter a new field, here's what actually works. Stop trying to compete with AI at the tasks AI does well. The output of a junior person who only does standard tasks looks identical to AI output now. You won't win that race. Find the work that requires three things stacked together: direct human contact, judgment under uncertainty, and specific domain knowledge that takes time to acquire. That's the moat. Specific moves for specific industries. If you're in tech, don't start as a generic developer doing CRUD apps. Pick a specific industry, finance, healthcare, manufacturing, and become the person who understands both the code and the industry context. Your value is the combination, not either one alone. If you're in marketing, don't start as a generalist writer. Pick a specific niche where the writing requires deep customer empathy and original strategic thinking. B2, B SaaS for specific verticals, healthcare marketing, anything where you need to actually understand the customer's world. If you're in law, don't start as a generic associate doing document review. Specialize early in something that requires negotiation, client relationships, or expert testimony. Specialize in regulatory areas that are constantly changing. AI compliance itself is now a real legal specialty. The pattern? Specialize earlier than your generation traditionally did. Generalist career paths are getting hollowed out. The other move that matters: use AI to do the work of 3 or 4 people in your role. If your entry-level job pays $65,000 and AI can make you 3 times as productive, you're suddenly producing $200,000 of value. The employer sees this. Your trajectory changes. The juniors I know who are thriving in 2026 aren't avoiding AI. They're stacking AI tools harder than their senior colleagues. They show up to work using ChatGPT for analysis, Claude for writing, Codex for coding, and DeepSeek for cost-sensitive bulk work. They produce in 8 hours what their senior colleagues produce in 40. Their managers are scared of them, not the AI. The realistic stack for a junior knowledge worker in 2026: ChatGPT Plus at $20 a month for daily work, Claude Pro at $20 a month for complex analysis, GitHub Copilot or Cursor at $20 a month if you code at all, and DeepSeek API at near zero cost for high volume tasks. Total monthly investment about $80. Productivity multiplier somewhere between 2.5x and 4x, depending on the work. The juniors who refuse to use these tools because they want to earn it manually are the ones getting laid off. I want to be honest about where this goes. Entry-level white-collar work as it existed in 2024 isn't coming back. The roles that exist in 2027 and 2028 will require either deeper specialization, harder to automate skills, or much higher AI leverage than was expected of new hires before. The transition is going to be brutal for people in the middle of it. The next 2 to 3 years will be the hardest job market for recent graduates in 40 years. The IMF report is real about that. But also, every previous technological displacement created new categories of work that didn't exist before. The internet created entire industries. So will this. The people who win in this transition are the ones who stop fighting the displacement and start positioning for what's coming. Specialize. Add AI leverage to everything. Build relationships and judgment that AI can't replicate. Get really good at one specific thing instead of moderately good at many. That's the actual playbook. In the comments, what role are you in right now? And what's the one thing about your work that you think AI can't easily replicate? Be specific. I'll tell you whether that's actually the moat you think it is. Subscribe. Next video is about Anthropic's IPO filing at $965 billion and what it means for the AI race in 2026.